Hey there, Astros fans. Welcome to Locked On Astros. We've got a special guest with us today, a budding outfielder, one of the top prospects in the Astros organization. Corey Julks joins me. Stay tuned.
Alvarez hits a high drive center field. Beer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner. Fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we're your daily Astros podcast. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. You can find me at Htown Wheelhouse on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you get your podcast. Check us out. Eric Huysman is not here today, but I'm joined by none other than local baseball product Corey Julks out of Clear Brook High School. Corey, tell the fans where they can find you on Twitter.
Should be just at Corey Julks for sure.
All righty. Yeah, definitely. And so, yeah, man, just look him up. Corey Julks. It's spelled like it sounds, Julks. I'm wondering, did you ever have a name like Corey Jukes? I mean, you got some speed out there, you've got some power in those legs. I was wondering about that. I wonder if he had a nickname growing up.
Nah, nothing like that. Nah.
Okay, good deal. So Corey, I want to ask you this: being a local baseball player, being from the Houston area, watching the Houston Astros as you were growing up, was it always in the forefront of your mind, or ever something that you dreamed that you would be playing in the Astros organization, the team that you grew up watching?
I mean, definitely growing up, just, always having that dream of one day becoming a big leaguer, and then just getting that call 2017 that the Astros drafted me. I mean, it was just crazy. You know what I mean? I was just lucky enough to, one, get drafted, and then by my hometown, just it was crazy.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's what we talk about when we talk to draftees, when we talk to players about, when you were drafted, what was that like? Who was with you? Was it a surreal moment? Were you with your family? Take us back to that night.
I was actually at my mom's house at first, just over there hanging out, chilling with her. And then, it was day 2 of the draft. And, I was kind of stressed out, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to, hoping to get picked that day. And, I ended up getting the call around 3:34, whatever. And I was told that I was drafted by the Astros. And I was so excited. Call my parents.
That's awesome. And, that's got to be, after years of hard work, getting that call, just something that is surreal. And I know, being in the Astros organization last year, I had the honor of meeting your family, actually. And I think you signed a ball for me. You may not remember. I was one of thousands of people out there, but I met your family, and they had so many good things to say about you. How important was it for you growing up to have the support network that you have around you even today?
I mean, very. From my dad always taking me to my games, practice, helped me train any way he could. And, my mom always being there for me for tough games. You know what I mean? There's somebody I could talk to. Stuff like that's always nice to have around. And I mean, they did a great job.
That's awesome. No, yeah, I could tell they were super proud of you. And I believe, I'm not even lying, I think every game I watched you, I believe you hit a home run. It was like every time, it was like this jolt power just came, just boom, you just hit the ball. And you've got this quick bat to ball speed, and you are a no doubter, I would say, power hitter. Like when you hit home runs, you don't get cheap home runs, they fly. What do you attribute that to? Is it work in the weight room? Because, I've heard you can squat around 500 pounds. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of people talking about how you're a gym rat. Does your work in the weight room, is that what you would attribute your power to 45 home runs in the last 2 seasons? Or is it just that you sell out to when you go after that ball, you know what you're going after and you just hit it with everything you got?
I would say, I definitely spend a good time in the weight room. I definitely take that side of it very, very seriously. But the power was something that I had to kind of just work on, and I was always strong, but with how the Astros helped me change my swing, definitely opened up what we've been seeing lately. So combination of both, swing change and also a pretty good routine in the weight room.
Yeah, because 31 home runs, that's not something to like scoff at. That is a significant number, even in AAA, because you're going against some of the top prospects in the league, And with this last year, with the power, with the explosiveness that that you displayed, I know a couple years ago you really made that jump from AA to AAA, and what do you think took you to that next level, and what do you think it's going to take to get you even further to your ultimate goal?
In the sense of what do you like?
Just in the sense of like what adjustments do you? What other adjustments do you feel like you might or that you're working on, or is it just continuing to just keep your nose on the grindstone and focus on each game, giving it your all?
A little bit of both. Definitely always trying to improve my game, whether it be offensively, defensively, mentally, whatever it is. I'm always trying to get better there. But also just not trying to look too far ahead. Just every day, one day at a time. And just make the most out of every day I get.
Now, I know when y'all had Lewis Brinson on the roster that you and him kind of seemed to buddy up, or that's kind of, I heard that, he's a guy that I think in any clubhouse, because of his experience and how long he's been with the league, that he's a guy that you probably were bending his ear. What did you get from him? What advice did he give you? Because, when he left here, went to San Francisco, he got a shot to contribute again. And what did that mean? Was there anything he told you that you were like, all right, Brinson told me this, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run with it?
Oh yeah, man. All the time. Lou did a lot for me. Definitely on the side of like the approach side, mental side of the game. He would just make it seem so simple, and that's kind of what it was just easy to talk to him. So shout out to Lou. And then when he ended up going to the Giants, that was awesome. I was happy to see that, because it was much deserved.
Yeah, it was. And I know he was grinding. And real quick, before we continue, this reminds me, Lewis Brinson or Corey Julks, if they're going on LinkedIn, they've got some pretty nice accolades that they can put on their LinkedIn profile. But if you don't have the professional profile that these gentlemen have, let me talk to y'all about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the number one job source, talent source website out there. There is no other place that has more results and has more confidence. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team faster and for free. What you do is you put the hashtag hiring frame on your picture, so you attract people to your company, and you use simple tools like screening questions, make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience, so you can quickly prioritize who you would like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs number one in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. So LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/lockedonmlb. That's linkedin.com/lockedonmlb to post your job for free today. Terms and conditions apply. So let's bring Corey back in here in the mix once again. Corey, thank you so much for joining us here on Locked On Astros. I know it's your off day, and so you're taking some time out of your off day to hang out with us. Along the way, you've had coaches, whether it's high school, AAU, in college, at Brook, at U of H. And I'm not asking you to pick favorites, because I know you could probably sit here and talk for hours about all the coaches that have impacted your playing career. But along the way, who would you say maybe sticks out, certain things, certain, I guess, markers in your career that really helped you either persevere, continue, maybe when you got discouraged? Like, give us one or two names of guys that you go, okay, this is my guy, he helped me here. Could you pick out one or two? I know it's probably tough because you don't want to leave anybody off. So
Right.
Let's just pre-qualify that. Corey's not leaving him. I'm just asking you, are there certain ones that stick out, and maybe it could be from more recent memory?
One that definitely helped me a lot was my high school coach, actually. He definitely pushed me a lot. He kind of just like opened up my eyes to help me see what I could do if I actually, just went all in for it. And then also the coach who actually helped my swing a lot from the 2021 season. So that's someone who I still talk to a lot, and we definitely stay in contact because he was very good for me.
It's always hard to pick out one or two coaches, right? But just for the sake of the conversation, I know we've had Rafael Pena on the show, and I know you've worked with him. We've talked to Mr. Rodriguez as well. He's down in the Dominican Summer League. We also had Jason Bell on, who's one of the coordinators. How important is it to be in an organization where it seems like no matter where you stop along the way, there's top guys, there's quality guys that'll help you?
I mean, it's awesome. You know what I mean? So that you can get positive feedback and, something good to actually learn from in so many areas. You know what I mean? Whether it be defensively, hitting, strength coaches are awesome. I mean, we got everything. Strength coaches, nutritionists. I mean, everything. So they do a great job.
Now, many of the minor leaguers, pretty much all the minor leaguers we talked to, or just professional baseball players that we've talked to with the Astros, have talked about when they get to the Astros organization, there's this wealth of information. It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a good job of saying, here's the info that we have. let's find the things that help you the most and let's work with those things. What are some of the, like, and I don't want you to give us too inside of an approach so you can give away your secrets on the show, but have you made changes to your O2 approach when it comes to being in the box, now versus 2 years ago? Could that be one of the things that you attribute to your power and being able to jump on pitches, tendencies that pitchers have? You look at the iPad, the Rafael Pena, all these guys have done all the studying, have done all the analytics. Like, what has that been like going through that? Have you been able to digest this stuff? And is that what's really helped you get to the level you're at now?
Like using that stuff is, I mean, it's pretty crazy how much information we actually get about pitchers and everything. So, being able to use that definitely helps out a lot. But also just being able to trust myself and then just keep trying to do my job of putting out my best swing, and then just trusting that, and whatever happens.
Because it really seems that when you're up at the plate that you have a confidence. I mentioned today before the show, I had sent you a message and told you congratulations on that bases clearing double you had. I mean, that was a shot. And I think the first home run you hit of the spring training season was an absolute you crushed it, man. It's like you're seeing beach balls out there. What did you do in the off season to keep you sharp?
I mean, working out every day, hitting every day. Also training with other athletes. Learning from them, and I mean, it's honestly great to be able to train in Houston, because there's so many great athletes that I can learn from and train with daily.
Yeah, there are. And whether they're current athletes or former athletes, there's a wealth of talent in this town.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about Dusty Baker, because this is, you're in spring training, you're in big league camp with Dusty Baker, who, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he is the legend of legends, right? This guy has been around the block. This dude was on deck with Hank Aaron. I mean, he's been there, done that. Can you share with us any conversations you've had with him? What has it been like just to be around him? Because I can only imagine that he is a joy and an encourager to be around.
Yeah, I mean, all the time. Just being around him. I mean, he's just fun to be around. You know what I mean? Just listening to him talk. I mean, there's so much wisdom and knowledge in that one person right there. You know what I mean? So just being able to soak in everything I can, it's truly an honor.
So I know he talks, back and forth with the players. Has he ever said something where he, like, maybe presented you a challenge, or I don't know, anything funny? I know Joey Luperfido, he said the first spring training game he got in last year, he asked Joey where he played, and Joey told him center field, and he said he sent me to right field. and he said he made a diving grab, and he said I came back in the dugout, and Dusty was like, well, good Lord, kid, maybe you are a center fielder. It just things like that. I mean, and, I guess, is he the kind of guy that he just keeps it loose?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So going on that side, being on that side, definitely able to, like, play the game free. You know what I mean? Because somebody in there is rooting for you.
Oh, exactly. And you want the big league manager rooting for you, right? And
Right.
Corey, you've got so much talent, and you've been working really hard. And we know there are a lot of people that are in the same position you're in. So how do you stay focused day in and day out? Because they say in the minor leagues, they say you're basically one call away. and you never know when that call is going to come. And a lot of times it comes in the most unexpected times. So how do you stay focused and so dialed in? Because last year it just seemed like you were on a tear, and there was no slowing down. We knew what we got when Corey Julks was in the lineup. We knew what was going to happen. We knew what kind of fielder you are. We know what kind of hitter you are in the box. What do you do to keep your mind clear of all distractions and things, not worrying too much about things that you don't control?
I actually work on that stuff daily. I try to keep the same routine every day. Whether I'm feeling good that day or not, try to keep everything the same, just to keep that habit going. And then I'm also, like we talked about earlier, I'm surrounded by people who love me, so they keep me straight on. I like where I'm at with that, and so definitely shout out to the people who keep me straight.
That's great. And I accidentally ran into Jake Myers' parents. I had interviewed Jake Myers, I guess about 2 months before he got called up. And I was complimenting Jake to his dad. And I believe his dad played minor league baseball, played semi-pro ball. And I was complimenting him, and he didn't go full negative, but he was like, yeah, but Jake's got some improvement. Like, he was your typical like baseball dad. He's like, well, Jake can do this. And you love to hear that, because in my mind, I'm looking, I've got a son who's 14. He's a freshman in high school, and he hasn't, obviously he's not old enough to achieve professional success or anything like that. But I'm always like, yeah, my son's pretty good. And then he's like, yeah, my son's good, but he needs to work on it. Like, that kind of taught me, stay humble, never get too high, never get too low. Right.
100%.
Because they say that there are two different types of athletes out there. There's good athletes and great athletes. They say the great athletes are the good athletes that could get past their discouragement. And I was like, man, I heard that changed my coaching world. You're having a great spring training. You're having a great spring training performance. What goals do you have for yourself this year? Do you have any goals? Obviously everybody in Sugar Land has their sights set on Minute Maid Park. But what goals do you have for yourself? Like, you hit 31 home runs. Do you want to hit more than 31? Do you want to double that up? Not like 60. I'm saying, do you want to go 30 again? Is it more you want to hit for average? Do you want to up your OPS? What are you looking at on Corey Julks' 2023 projection right
now? I just want to build off of last year. You know what I mean? So I don't want to put any like numbers out there to try to set anything. I just take each day one day at a time. You know what I mean? But definitely just want to be the best version of myself, and whatever happens. But I just gotta trust in myself, and it'll work out.
Do you consider yourself an infielder, outfielder, or a utility guy?
I'm not sure. I play anywhere they put me.
I love it because I've seen you play the infield. I've seen you play the outfield. You've done great both. Is it for you just the mindset of wherever coach has me in the lineup, that's where I'm going? What is your preferred position, and what's your preferred secondary position, if you could narrow it down?
I don't know, because I like playing outfield, but playing infield last year was also pretty fun. It was exciting. It was something new, like a new challenge almost. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. But I like playing outfield. Especially I've been playing it more this year. So I've been working on that, trying to work on my arm, trying to. I mean, it's like a whole new challenge now. You know what I mean? There's so many things that I didn't know that I should focus on in the outfield now that I look at. So I mean, it's fun right now, honestly.
Well, and that's, I think, no matter what it is you do, because everybody watching is obviously not a professional, because there's only a certain amount of you guys. But in whatever we do, as long as we can find joy in what we're doing, I think we'll always achieve our best. And it seems like you're doing that. Now, going into this year, I know last year y'all had a taste of the new rules. I know y'all had a taste of the new big bases, the pitch clock, the rule changes. Has this changed your approach any? Have you gotten used to it? What do you think about the pitch clock for a hitter? What do you think about these rules? Because it seems like Major League Baseball, they're not playing around. Like, they're enforcing. Wilson Contreras today, just out of habit, was adjusting his batting gloves and wasn't thinking about it, and got in the box, and boom, strike 3, you're out. He was like, well, he just walked back to the dugout.
Yeah. I mean, that actually happened to me also this spring. So I know the feeling. I mean, it's that part can kind of be tough, but I mean, they're trying to speed the game up, and it's doing that. I mean, just the adjust.
Oh man, it looks like we lost Corey. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was like, uh-oh, Rob Manfred cut the feed.
Yeah, nah, we back now. We back.
Okay. So with the changes of the pickoff moves and with the bigger bases, do you think you're going to steal more bases this year?
I hope so. Like I said, I'm always trying to improve. You know what I mean? So if that's in the cards, then I'm gonna get some more bags.
There you go. You could be hey man, we could be Corey Julks 40-40 guy. You hear it first. You heard it here first on Locked On Astros. You like that?
I like that. Yeah, I do like that.
That would be awesome. So tell me, so you probably don't love the pitch clock, but you probably don't mind the bigger bags. For a position player with the banning of the shift, what does that do? Because y'all have been really conditioned up to this point where shifting is a part of the game. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change your mindset as a fielder, or is it just like, okay, well, that's what I did growing up. We didn't really do a lot of shifting growing up, so it's just kind of back to what we used to do?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it really affects me too much out there. I think just like you said, kind of goes back to the old days of just playing it straight up.
Awesome. Yeah, I hear you. It's just something. See, I hate the shift personally, as a fan, but I didn't think they should have banned it. I think what they should have done is limit the shift, where they give a team like 5 shifts, kind of like you have so many challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're facing, Aaron Judge or Juan Soto or someone like that we know is going to pull the ball, then you're going to use 3 of those 5 shifts for when they're in the box. You kind of use it to your advantage. Kyle Tucker might not like that because everybody's going to be shifting on him. But now that dude's probably going to hit 4,000 this year without the shift.
Yeah,
I mean, for real. He's lighting it up in the World Baseball Classic. What was that like, having so many Astros leave? I mean, 14 players, 3 minor leaguers, 11 major leaguers. Yeah. When I talked to Jake at camp, Jake was like, "Yeah, it's been a little different because there's all your buddies are kind of gone."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was definitely different. You know what I mean? For the week and a half, they were all gone. But they're starting to slowly come on back. You know what I mean? So But yeah, definitely at first it was crazy. I don't know, it was weird.
Well, because we have so many players, especially playing for other countries, Venezuela, um, Puerto Rico, the Dominican. I mean, just Maldonado, slimmed up, and this club going into 2023, they're looking to repeat. Was there a different air about everybody coming into the clubhouse, or is it just, what, this is business as usual, this is what we do, we're a winning club, let's just go get it, for another year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it's the second one. You know what I mean? Just the thought of like, let's just do it again. I mean, and it ended up building a winning culture, and you know what I mean, you just want to keep doing it and add on to it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching you this year, watching your progression grow as an athlete. It's so awesome to be able to talk to you, a local product, someone that grew up right in our backyard, and now you are, you're inching closer and closer to your big league dreams. And we definitely at the show wish you all the best this year. And I
Thank
hope you
you.
get that 40-40. I hope you get that call. Is there anybody before we leave that you want to maybe say thank you to, or send a shout out to before we wrap it up?
I mean, just everybody who, I mean, anybody and everybody. There we go. We'll do that.
Yeah, you don't want to leave somebody out. Someone's like, "Hey, man, I didn't hear my name. Your phone's be blowing up on it."
Right now, yeah. Shouts out to everybody.
I hear you. Um, let's just end it on this note. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up, and why?
Ooh, I would have to say probably Derek Jeter. I mean, he was just like, I mean, he was a guy. You know what I mean? He was just fun to watch. He had he had so much going on. You know what I mean? But he was winning. Uh, I mean, I don't know. He was just fun to watch.
Yeah, Derek Jeter definitely someone to look up to. I know for me growing up, it was guys like Mark McGuire, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, and things like that. So, Corey, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, y'all can follow him at Corey Julks on Twitter. And please make sure that for right now, you can catch him in Sugarland. I believe at some point, or at Minute Maid Park at some point this year, but y'all need to be watching for him because he is definitely. You want to hear about savages in the box in New York? Well, we got a savage in the box right here in Htown. And so he is Corey Julks, and he is the man with the plan. And we just wish you all the best this year. Thank you for joining us here at Locked On Astros. Remember, we're your team every day. And don't forget to, after you make us your first listen, make Locked On MLB Fantasy your second listen. These guys, Matt and Dom, do a phenomenal job going over all the draft picks. If you haven't drafted your team, you got to get to their podcast. They'll give you the tips. They'll give you all the management tools to do that. So thank you for tuning in to Locked On Astros. And Corey, once again, thank you for joining us. Hopefully we can have you on again during the season, just to see where you've grown. And we look forward to watching you play this year. Good luck. As always, bury me in the H and go Stros.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.